Etomax. But let's talk about Omega first. Kenji still picks up his glue
and they bring it back.
Let's do it again. Wait. Hajizi on the no. Okay, so they pulled a double on us. The switcheroo. It's going to be Jungle Hayabusa and then Curtizi on the Sicilian.
Yes. Curtizi and the Sicilian here. Kenji going to be on the glue. So, okay, clear cut now what we're going to be seeing here from Omega. But Toshi's going to be playing a Paquito. It's going to be his first time around here.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Toshi has never in the history of MPL Philippines played a Paquito. If this is indeed the final adjustment, like that could still switch up.
Yep, and of course Execration expected the last best possible pick in this lineup. They pick up the Barrett. So that Barrett is going to be going to the hands of Renzio, Chang and a ton of slows, a ton of control coming in from the Popolin Koopa, as well as the Zaman Force from the Harith. So actually you see somewhat of a similar approach, but with just different pieces. And again, the X factor, as always for me in this matchup, is going to be Kenji's glue. Because even Greed of Aura PH admitted he had some nice words for the glue of Kenji. They weren't exactly nice, but the message was nice. It was all respect coming in from Greed.
And we're going to see here if Execration can put up the same amount of respect here for Kenji's glue. Again, Omega, one of the more prolific teams to start picking up glue. And right now in the playoffs, it's turning out to be quite the priority pick. Heat here, catching up to Kelra and Chaknu up top. Nice ejector onto Chak. And the Mamba might get bitten himself. He gets the hell out of dodge. Interesting. Another 1-2-2.
Yeah. Interesting rotations that we're seeing here, because I can't seem to remember what series that was. I know it was also Execration who started out with the putting your roam, your main tank, quote unquote, in the gold lane. And Omega are saying, okay, they gave a lot of a hard time there, a difficult time for Onyx PH when they did that, especially Yapnu. So Omega, they're gonna balance that out.
Kelra getting caught in here. Smart missiles abound. Heath helping to clear the wave. Toshi coming in, lacking stacks for the champ stance. They are going to cut the lane here. Get a few ticks off of the gold on the energy shield. And now KLVJ goes in. Oh, Electo final blow misses, just barely. Flicker out Toshi. Curtizi answers back with the claws and still a wash.
Good save there by Curtizi, helping out Toshi. He's able to get away. Interesting. Toshi's playing it more of like an assassin damage focused Paquito, not a frontline hold.
Yep,
with a killing spree.
Right here, Kenji gets a bite onto Renzio, pulls him back, and Hajizi here just gonna finish the job. First blood goes over to Omega.
And Kenji and Hajizi working together really well. Again, the X factor here in the lineup for Omega. That glue, let's see how disruptive it can be for Itomax and Chakno, but Renzio with the dust there. Let's see if Omega will be able to scare this turtle.
Etomax starting it strong with the meteor shower. Hajizi still whacking away at the turtle. Secures it, and there's the Electro final blow by the king. Shadow kill by Hajizi, slaying Benedetta. And right now, Etomax backing out. Off camera, Toshi and Chaknu fall. Wow, still a trade, 1-for-1.
Yep, scramble all over the map. Omega secured the first turtle of the game here. Now they're going to have to pay a little bit more attention to Keller up top right now. Execration still trying to find their groove. Their rotation just seems to be answered time and time again in the first 3 minutes of this match by Omega. Kenji rotating really well with the squad. Curtizi as well, specifically on the Sicilian, has been on point with being able to clear the minion waves and get to the spots where Omega needs him to be. Up top now, Toshi versus Keller. Again, that is going to be a Paquito with a killing spree, but that's going to be Heath eating up a meteor shower. He tosses back Koopa to get a bit of a stun, but he might get picked off here.
Zaman Force laid in by Keller a little too soon. I'm angry. There's the fight. And from the back lines, it's a trade. Toshi avenges Heath almost instantly. Now he's chasing Etomax. Can he find a dash? Yes, he does. That's a double kill for Toshi. Curtizi uses the flicker like a final blow right on through by KLVJ. And Toshi, surprisingly so talented on his Paquito. And up top, Hajizi going 1v1 against Kelra, and the Harris falls.
Wow, Toshi, man, on point there. That entire sequence was all on his back. Well-timed entry there to be able to burst the backline of Execration. Again, that is a killing spree on this Paquito. His level 2 and 4 power spike, because he's not on the Festival of Blood, he loses a bit of sustain, but the trade-off is you get a hell of a lot of damage now on that Paquito early on level 2 and 4, and that's what we saw shine there. Of course, well-timed dashes as well with the second skill, but bottom lane, Kenji.
Kenji getting bit here, started up strong, nice knockup by Chaknu, popping the ult already, and wow, Kenji with the grab. He just goes the opposite direction of what would happen if he get ambushed, and he does give himself up, but there's a nice trade up top for Omega, taking that first tier turret, and Execration going strong with the turtle.
Let's see if Omega will be able to contest this turtle as Hajizi on the way. Execration has had a hot start, but I don't think Haji will be able to get there in time. No, I spoke too soon!
Do not count out the machine! There's the quad shadow into the shadow kill, and he'll walk away with what he can. Obviously, they took Kenji down bottom, but Haji said, you know what, give me the turtle, and y'all get the hell out of here now. Salmon Force dropped in by Kelra. Kurt Easy, a few hits onto Chaknu. It's so early on, 5 minutes in, but already the fact that they're not killing Kurt Easy just gives him so much stacks. He already got his Clock of Destiny, already has the Demon Shoes, and I believe he's on his way to possibly Enchanted Talisman. Yeah, I don't think you would want to pick up Fleeting Time on Sicilian, but yeah.
Of course, I want to get that 20% cooldown reduction, get access to the Sanguine Claws that he's been landing really well this entire game. He's been covering the escape of Heath and the other members of Omega really well. Again, his rotations are still on point, but Omega are rotating down bot.
Yep. Oh, Heath. Ejector onto Koopa. Kelra struggling to defend here. Ajizi, he's got bad thoughts here. Trying to steal this small camp away from Execration. Spend their Cyclone Eye. And yeah, this early lead by Omega at about 2,000 ahead. And with Heath as well helping clear out these traps, shrinking the map for Execration. Oh, shadow kill already onto Etomax.
Wow.
Changa falls with a shadow set into the back lines. Hajizi's feeling it.
Yeah, hands down. Omega, you can take that as one of the winning conditions or the keys to victory met. Playing hashtag Omega, I don't know why I added the hashtag, but Omega aggressive is how Omega are playing right now. Hajizi setting the tempo. Actually, he's not the one setting the tempo. He's riding along to the tempo that the rest of Omega are setting incredibly well with this Hayabusa pickup. You have a high possibility of getting pickoffs as a Hayabusa, and that's what he's been getting. Omega, the way they're approaching pickoffs for Hajizi, setting it up. Oh, meanwhile, bottom lane though, Toshi.
Flicker out, Zaman Force set in, but it's not enough to keep him down. Toshi, no knockdowns here. Kelra with the dashes, with the synchro fissions, but Heath and Toshi are still alive. Smart missiles to clear the wave. This turret will stand as there's a scramble up top. Kenji bites down onto Renzio. He lets go. Hajizi gonna try his best to secure this turtle. He does, but bottom lane might fall.
That's going to be turtles going, all turtles so far of the game going to the side of Omega. The turret in the bottom lane does fall, and that gives enough gold for Keldor to pick up the Feather of Heaven. So now that's the Harith. It's going to be something that Omega has to keep tabs on, but with the lead that they have, they can continue to do this. They have a good groove, a good rhythm to how they're rotating around the map, how they're getting the pickoffs again. The point I was trying to make earlier is that Omega are splitting Execration well for Hajizi to pick off. They're going to pull in the attention of the frontliners, and then Hajizi will just go into the back line. Execration has to watch out for that. They have to make sure that there is someone in the back line who can help split the damage of an a shadow kill.
But just the same, I think that's too little too late. It's easier said than done for Execration at this point. And I think Omega has done more than well to unlock that victory condition. They've split the map. If this isn't splitting the map, I don't know what is. That's KLVJ, the king slain by Curtizi. A shadow kill onto one more. Etomax falls. Knock up. Punch onto Renzio. Oh, how's a taste of your own medicine? Renzio Pacquiao, that's 3 for none. Clean on the side of Omega. They're chasing Chaknu and Kelra. The chakra connection. They're split up. There's not much they can do. They're underneath the claws. The claws keep him down, and now Kelra's the only one left.
Kelra, only thing left for him to do is to TP on home. And Omega, right now, their snowball is getting close to unstoppable at this point. We're watching the glue right now, and Kenji, do the glue.
He's doing the glue.
He's doing the glue. And dare I say, the glue here, we don't see it so much in terms of the numbers, but he's just... Kenji is playing this as textbook as you can as a glue. One of the reasons why Execration is having a difficult time engaging in contesting Omega in certain skirmishes is that glue just grabs onto someone, uses the pull, and then the split to really just bring him closer to the backline. And Execration, of course, will be forced to respond, meaning that they can get close enough to Omega. But also, Heath is doing a great job of zoning out members of Execration in key bushes, such as where he is right now. And look at that, Kenji and Heath.
Oh, yeah. Not even Renzio can come in. No semblance of a contest at all. Even if all members of Execration were on the map, they just couldn't come close, and all they needed were two heroes. All they needed were the Jawhead on Heath and Kenji's glue. And again, the mere sight, hearing this walking around, it's like, no, I don't want to get bitten. No way. Even Renzio's scared at this point.
Yeah, and key item pickups now for Omega after that Lord take. An endless battle for Hajisi, Oracle for the Sicilia, for the glue has been picked up, and then the Dominance Ice for number 1, Heath, and also a Dominance Ice actually onto Cortese. So it's going to be even harder for Execration to move around and dive in because they're all going to be slowed.
Yep.
Gonna be prime targets here for Toshi to burst down, for Cortese to trap all together, Kenji, of course, to get stacks to be able to grab onto someone there.
It's so nasty that Dominance Ice on Sicilian gives you mana, gives you armor, and it has that passive that once you get hit, they're slowed down. So if you pop your ult, if you pop the Feast of Bats, you're all the more gonna live. Now Kenji going for the split into the back lines. They're gonna blast this tier 1 turret. This inhibitor, but Cortese just with the claws onto Chaknu couldn't even last more than 2 seconds. That's a push up top. Mid gonna follow through very soon. They're just waiting for a wave. Down bottom though, KLVJ, he survives with about a third of his health. Hajizi doesn't have the shadow kill just yet. I think Omega can just go back to the neutral here.
Yeah, focus on the towers.
Oh, they're so game. Heath almost falls.
Like, what do you mean towers? You want more kills? We have a good snowball going here. And yeah, Execration, this is gonna be an incredibly difficult turnaround to pull off here, and at this point it's getting close to highly unlikely that we will see a turnaround. Yes, okay, let's look at the lineup of Execration. They have good wave clear from the Chang'e, but then Heath and Kenji have built up to the point where it'll just be tickling them. Even just Kenji alone can eat up an entire meteor shower and he'll be fine. That's going to be the main one of the main damage and wave clearing tools for Execration to land. Kelra on the Harith is 2-1-1. He's only level 11 here compared to the gold laner Toshi, level 13 for Omega.
Oh, Kenji flickers out, uses the split, survives. And yeah, it's a miracle that even Kel was able to get his purple. So, signs of life from Execration.
Yeah, and Execration will just try to play things out this way, get the buffs, get a little bit more farm for the minion waves, and then crash in. They're going to be playing ultra defensively.
And as defensively as you want to play, if you find a play like this, you go for it. Summon Force laid down by Kelra, but they take down Renzio. Little too soon. No frontliners left for Execration. None of them can peel, quite like a Barats can. So this leaves Execration to a more scattered type of gameplay. Yeah, they have damage, but they have to weave in and out,
Yeah, and again, Cortese is still on point with landing the bat impact, the claws. The front line of Omega, the formation is holding incredibly well for them. 2-0-5 on this Sicilian.
And every minute that ticks back just makes him all the more special, stronger.
Yeah, harder, better, faster, stronger. And you could say the same to Hajizi, who just picked up the Blade of Despair. So that's even more damage now coming in from the side of Omega. As a Lord spawns in 30 seconds, a steal here might be a play for Execration, but the question is, will KLVJ have enough to get away from that? Even if they lose just one with a steal attempt. Let's say they try to steal us 5, and they lose either Renzio or Chaknu, the Public Cooper or the Barracks. That's already a big loss still. And it's going to be even harder to pull off a defense.
I'd say, yeah, if they had one more inhibitor, maybe even trading 2 would be fine. If they had another inhibitor.
Exactly.
But just the same, man, we are about 30,000 away from a milestone for Omega. I think Execration would be just better at farming now, getting more key items for those defenders, and then just hunkering down for this second Lord.
Yeah, and that is exactly, you are on point. That is the safest route that Execration can take here. They can try to play a little bit for a pick-off around that area, maybe a bit closer to the purple when KelVJ tries to take it, but a full-on team fight breaking out here. When that happens, Execration will try to fight a bit, but then you're going to see him fighting as they're trying to get away. They might be able to pull off a surprising turnaround swing in a team fight, but again, the keyword there, it will be surprising. Now, Itomax does pick up the Holy Crystal, so that's going to be a little bit more oomph from the Meteor Shower, a little bit more damage, but then again, the front line, the glue, the Jawhead can just soak up so much damage for the rest of Omega.
No doubt, no doubt. Kenji has picked up the right hero this time around, and it helped, even if the draft was a little better for Execration, given that we're still playing Mobile Legends. Now, Renzio getting blasted from the back line. KelVJ, he goes out, misses just the tip of the claws, and this is quite the scramble, but Reptar and Ejector onto Kelra takes him out. Hajizi's godlike. This ninja is yet to fall. Now, KelVJ, he's out of dashes. Renzio's gonna be next. Put to the blade, and that's going to be one more wave we're looking at. Omega finishes game number 2. We're sitting at 1-1. This winning moment is brought to you by Head & Shoulders.
And Head & Shoulders above the game is what Omega is right now. Not exactly